I'll take anything you give me. I've been married that long. Guys, I want you guys to give it up for this guy. He is, we actually just did a show together down at Trek Winery. He's great. He is an insurance salesman by day and a comic by night. It's like a superpower. Please give it up for Neil Malcolm!
Hello, my name's Neil, and I'm a mansplainer. I've been habitually mansplaining 45 of my 53 years. It's been 1 day, 3 hours, 6 minutes since I've mansplained. I learned to mansplain from my father, who was not mansplained in 2 hours and 26 minutes. My 15-year-old son, he mansplains. I need help. Anyway, it's great to be here at D'Argenzio Winery. I'm really excited. It's great to be right by the roll-up door and on concrete floor and having the cement plant right next to us. But like John said, I am an insurance salesman. I'm kind of an insurance guru. Feel comfortable in saying that. And wherever I go, I try to be useful. I try to be of service wherever I go. So my hobby is I do comedy. I hope to bring you some laughter. But whenever I see a need, I want to be able to fill it. So I just want to let all of you know that I'll be answering Medicare and final expense questions later. So currently I'm a carrier rep for an insurance company. We have a unique product where it's kind of an over-the-top supplement medical. So anything medically related, I get it paid for by my insurance. If I told you more, you'd get mad at me because you'd be jealous. But it covers everything, so it includes things like massage therapy. So I go regularly. It helps keep me tuned up and all like that. But my regular therapist, she's off on vacation, so I had to go to a new place, and I found one not too far from here called the Golden Lotus. And so it's going okay, but about 45 minutes in, the masseuse says to me, "Okay, honey, turn over, I make you happy." I'm thinking, oh, good grief. So I looked at her, I said, "Well, that's really nice, but if you want to make me happy, just give me a good detailed receipt." So I live pretty close to where I grew up. I live in an area of northern Santa Fe called Terra Linda. Okay, or translated from Portuguese, it means white privilege. I actually grew up in an area very close by called Lucas Valley. Its Miwok name is Osewata. Okay, roughly translated, that means extreme white privilege. So it's kind of interesting moving back to the area you grow up in. So I see people I haven't seen in years at all sorts of events. And recently at an outdoor summer concert, I ran into a fellow I knew way back when. We were actually in a band together. I used to play heavy metal music. I was the drummer. I ran into the guy, he was my guitarist, and he reminded me of some of the old times. He said, "Neil, do you remember our nickname for you?" I said, "Well, I've been called a lot of things, not all of them nice. What was my nickname?" He goes, "Neil, you were the Motley Jew." If you look at my Facebook, you'll see a picture. Anyway, I look around tonight and I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, "Guys." So until recently, I was a single dad. I have 2 teenagers and had them all by myself. And that brought me back to the area I grew up in. And so I'm close by to my mom and dad, and they help me out with the kids. They're with them tonight. So they allow me to have a social life, to be with my sweetheart, or to date when I was single and all like that. But let me tell you, being 53 and having to listen to your mom and dad is no easy thing. Especially when they're right. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes. But it's interesting to watch as they kind of age. They're still pretty active and all like that. But I tell you, my father's wisdom is slipping. Now, my dad, he's a very, very brilliant man. Just ask him, he'll tell you. And I've unfortunately inherited the gene from him called know-it-all complex A. But he likes to dispense advice, particularly when he's not asked for it. But his wisdom is slipping, okay? The smartest thing he said to me in the last 5 years is, son, eat prunes. Thing is, it's really, really good advice. It's working great. So. So there's a couple things that keep me off psych meds. Okay, one of them is comedy. Okay, and the other is music. So comedy, I go to a lot of comedy shows. Sometimes I perform, and it's great. I just love attending like you all. It's medicine for me. The other thing is music, and I love all sorts of music, classical, heavy metal, and everything in between. So I go to a lot of music shows and I listen to a lot of music. So recently I got a new cell phone, and it has a lot of memory because I want to be able to hold a lot of songs. It holds like 5,000 or 6,000 songs, or alternatively 4, maybe 5 voicemails from my mother. My Jewish mother, right? She calls me on the phone during the day. I gotta look at my calendar and make sure I have 30 minutes clear. I say to her, Mom, can you just send me a text, please? If she was here, I'd say, be proud of me, Mom, no dick jokes tonight. But I'll tell you, 50-something isn't always a picnic. Little things are changing. I feel like a car that needs a lot of maintenance, that's overdue. So recently, I had a problem with my foot. I have very flat feet, and I have one heck of a case of plantar fasciitis, if anyone knows what that is. Oh, yeah. Right. So I go to see my podiatrist, fully expecting that he's going to give me a shot of cortisone. Okay? So he looks at it and he goes, well, I can give you a shot of cortisone, but you're not going to like me, or I can give you this orthopedic sock. I said, it's all right, I already don't like you. The shot worked, so. Recently, I told my son that back in the 80s, we didn't have drooling emoji. We actually had to go see the girl and drool. You've reached middle age when your doctor tells you to slow down, you're not a policeman. For me, happy hour is an afternoon nap. That's not a joke. I'm hoping I can catch a couple hours tomorrow. I have a friend who's very entrepreneurial, okay? And he lives here in the area. He's actually thinking about opening up a bunch of food stands. And he's going to put them outside of all the cannabis dispensaries in the area. You guys have a lot of cannabis dispensaries around here. He's going to sell donuts. He's going to call it glazed and confused. So the last few years I've done a lot of dating. I've done a lot of online dating. Worked with a lot of the different sites. It was a nightmare with Tinder. Okay, had mixed success with Match, But the one site I found my groove in is one that's also very popular. Maybe you've heard of it. Okay, Stupid. In fact, looking around, I think I recognize some ladies. But the site is aptly named because I think that would be my thinking. Okay, stupid, ask her out on a date. Okay, stupid, ask someone on a date. Okay, stupid, you had a couple of good dates with her, ask her away for the weekend. Okay, stupid, pay for the whole darn thing yourself. Right? Then you find out she shows up on the first date wearing an extra 60 pounds. Sorry, Leslie. She's married. She has issues with her ex. Or the worst is she has a worse decision-making process than me. I came through all that with one ambulance ride and 2 ER admissions. But there's a few ladies out there that will tell you for sure, once you go Jew, nothing else will do. And so finally, I do have the love of my life, Stephanie. She couldn't be here tonight. Her daughter's performing in a show. But we met the old-fashioned way at our 30th high school reunion. Yes. But it's interesting now that we're cohabitating and all like that. They say opposites attract, and I think that's actually true. I'm a little bit more extroverted. She's a little bit shy. I lived all my adult life kind of messy, disorganized. She's the neatest person I've met. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? She doesn't like anything out of place. And it's okay. I'm actually enjoying it. But I've never spoken about this in front of a group, so I'm not sure how it's going to go. But one thing is for sure, one way or the other, I'm fucked. So this was a great dose of medicine for me. You guys think I should come back sometime? Yeah!